Hello and welcome back to the On the Slab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. King, why do we do this on a Friday night?
Friday night is horror night. Woo!
And tonight we are joined by our first guest of 2023. Notice him rocking the shades, and that is not my hat that he has on. That might be his own, as he is a star in the new Mutilator 2 movie. Mr. Carl J. Grasso, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm a big star, so that's why I got to wear the sunglasses. But it's a pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. It
Your
really is.
worship, thank you for coming on the show, your lord.
See, look how cool it. See, I'm a movie star, so this is how you got to do the movie star pull off. I just got to do the stare.
Wow.
See, no, I learned how to do that actually. Thank you for having me as a guest for your first guest of 2023. Hopefully, I won't be your last guest in 2023.
I hope not. got a lot in the works at the minute.
Awesome.
I will say though, that hat is fucking quality, isn't it?
You have one of these?
I do have one of them.
Only the elite have these, you know.
That's why I have one, baby.
Oh, I love it. I love it. He's elite. It's great. How you guys doing? This is great.
Absolutely perfect. And you?
I am pumped because as of right now, the Mutilator 2 trailer has finally dropped like a week ago. And I think it's close to 10,000 views. I wish I did my homework before I came on here.
I'd say about 7,000 of them were me.
Oh, is it 7,000?
No, I'd say 7,000 of them were me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you now.
Both.
Mutilator 2 has, as of now, has 12k. The 4K one has 12k.
Yes.
I absolutely love the trailer, and do you know what I love about it? It doesn't give anything away.
I love those kind of trailers. I like. You ever see like The Thing? John Carpenter's The Thing trailer. It really doesn't give anything away. It's just like quick cuts, and that's kind of like this, which I love. And the fact I'm also in that trailer, for a couple scenes. But I don't like trailers that give the entire freaking movie away. And there's actually giant Hollywood movies that just came out that did, and I'm like, well, why the hell would I want to watch the movie then? You just told me everything about it.
Unfortunately, it becomes quite a bad habit in horror where you see the best bits in the ads.
Yes. They made a remake of Black Christmas. Believe it or not.
Don't even want to talk about it. It was terrible.
The trailer gave the entire movie away. I think this is the one with Carrie Elways. I think I'm not mistaken. He was in it, but like the whole movie was shown in the trailer. So I don't understand that. Why would you want to ruin your own movie?
Do you know what one of the best ads I've seen for a horror film was From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes, it was. TV spot.
Because obviously, because of it being what it was, it didn't show anything about the vampire, so no one knew nothing.
Yep.
It was the ultimate swerve.
Yeah, I went to go see it in the theater. And like, you know, it was a date movie, and like it looked like a crime movie, Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney. And then, spoiler alert, the vampires happen. You're like, whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. I think a lot of people mix it up though and be like, oh yeah, it's a Tarantino movie where Robert Rodriguez done it, and it's more of a Tarantino movie than it is a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Right.
But when you do the ads right, they're perfect. And obviously the cut that was done for Mutilated, before we get off topic majorly, was perfect. Obviously, it showed a lot of the actors that were in it. It showed yourself. It showed obviously friends of the show, Dan, Anna, Eva, and
Terry. Terry Kaiser's in the trailer.
Terry is in the trailer.
Yes.
And a lot of others, which is great. You get to see some of the base that people will get to see in the movie, where it's not just going, well, here's a couple of big names. No offense to anybody, like it's not picking the big, huge names of a film and going, I told you what this was gonna be like.
Right.
But like where you see ads, you know, like you see them pick the big names and show it, and then you're like, okay, so it's based on that. Where this is showing everybody.
It is I'm not gonna speak out of school with this because I don't think I'm gonna get attacked for this one, but it is a murder mystery. When you come down to it, the film is a murder mystery, so that's kind of why it kind of reminds me of The Thing trailer a little bit, because it kind of shows everybody as the suspects. in it.
Yeah.
So it is it's going to be it's totally all right. It is different than the first movie where you kind of know who the killer is the whole time. And this
Yeah, they
one,
showed that straight away.
yeah, this one, no. This one, you never know until like the last second. You know,
Interesting. So
yes,
it's a whodunit.
it really is. And when I read the script and I saw there is some kills in it, I will spoil that. It's a horror movie. I was shocked with the amount of action in this film. And I was like, I cannot wait to see this when they put this on screen. It is going to be wild and crazy. Joe Castro did the special effects. He's a great special effects guy too. Do you know Joe?
I don't, or the name's very familiar. I don't have anything in front of me to say that I've seen this or that he's done. But like I haven't spoke to a lot of people that are saying the work that went on in the background of this has just made everything so much easier. From special effects to cast and crew, and then obviously having Bud come back and run his, because obviously he had the first one,
Yes.
to put his knowledge and stuff back into it to make it even better. And like I, as everyone on this show now or that listens to the show knows, I fucking love the first one.
He loves
Uh,
There's nothing wrong with the first movie.
it.
no, and I love the fact that in the first one they show you straight up who it is and what they're doing with it, and it's just let's get as creative as possible in it. But now to change it to a who done it, I'm really intrigued.
And the thing about the first one is it's not a typical A B C D E slasher movie. There is different weird things in it that you go, why would wait, huh? And then even at the end you think it's gonna be something, but it's not. That's a Buddy thing. He doesn't like Buddy doesn't like boring people. He likes doing something like, oh wait, that is actually kind of funny, or that's, oh my god, I didn't see that coming out of, because there's some great kills in the first movie.
Yeah.
Jack Chatham was brilliant as Big Ed as well.
Yes. Mr. Chatham has a cameo in this movie. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was told that, all right.
Right, he does have. I've yet to meet him, but he's kind of in the background. He's not doing so well health wise, unfortunately. But I hope people will recognize him when they see him. And there's actually quite a few. There's many cameos from the original movie in the sequel.
Brilliant.
Well, when I was going around the set, going, "Oh yeah, who are you?" And then they told me, and I'm like, "Oh, you're so and so." There's like little things. You're like, what? You know what I mean? Which anybody at the fan of the first movie will love that, and they go, "Oh, that's the guy from whatever," or that's whoever.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Ruth and Bill Hickok are in the. Yeah. What I'm saying, yeah, they're both in the movie. You see them in the trailer. I got very close to the two of them. They're actually really, really cool. They're like the coolest people on the planet.
Deadly.
Yeah.
As it says, we've had a good few guests that we've had have all said the same about them, that they're absolutely lovely to deal with. And to bring people back on and back in is great to see, and to keep sort of the Mutilator fan base happy by bringing them back in as well.
Right.
But it sounds like, it sounds like the kind of community that you have all created together with this film and with the other old people from the first film. It sounds like a really, really cool kind of a collaborative thing that everyone has going on there. Just like anytime we've talked to anyone from your film, everyone seems really close, happy, which is nice. It's lovely to hear.
There's a reason for that, and it's because we actually filmed at the property that we all stayed there.
Right.
It's a hotel, and we stayed there. Everybody. So like we'd be walking around, and somebody would have one of these and go, "Oh wait, you're part of this? Like, what do you?" "Oh yeah, I'm the lead." "Wait, what?" "Oh, you're in this scene," and we would just hang out. And like I hung out with tons of people that I don't think I even have scenes with. Some of them I don't have scenes with, but like we were like, high-fiving each other, going to lunch, going to the beach.
Deadly.
And just, I remember Cheney actually had a birthday. I missed it. I was upset, and like everybody had a cake for him. And I'm like, damn it! I'm like, I gotta buy you something. Like we actually kind of got close, and I've never experienced that on any kind of film. I'm sure everybody would tell you this. Like you go in for your scenes, and that's it. Boom, done. You're done. But like here and this is weird for me because I'm a big star. I don't like hanging out with people, but I actually had a blast.
The big star.
That's right. At night we used to relax after shooting. Jeff, the producer, and the other producer would put a film on. They have a projector. We'd watch Scream. We'd watch The Shining. I watched Young Frankenstein, and there was
what a movie!
I know quite a few people were around the viewing area, and I would turn around. I'm like, "Oh, Terry's right there." He's having a blast as well. This is great. Like everybody is like watching Young Frankenstein together, and like we just did like this horrible thing where we mutilated people like a couple hours ago. So it's
covered in fake blood, watching Young Frankenstein.
Hey, you want some popcorn? Yeah. It's great.
So it kind of became a family, like.
Yeah, I hate using that, but like in the 2 months or whatever we were all together, like, oh hey, how you doing? How's like, it was a very happy environment. We all just enjoyed each other's company, which is I could count on my hand, like, well, how many times you go on a set and what time is it? Can I get out of here?
Yeah,
and time to go.
No, that bodes well, I think, for the film, in my opinion. If you've got that kind of a close cast, it'll come shine through. I think everyone will want to do the best for each other,
Yeah.
And so that with that reason alone,
I'm sorry, I still keep in touch with everybody.
Oh, so. Good. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
All have a big group chat or something. Let's say it is.
That could happen.
But look, anyway, Carl, we're going off topic a little bit. Tell us what got you into acting, and specifically horror and that kind of stuff. Give us a little bit of a background for everyone.
Well, I've always been a writer. I've always been a actor ever since I was like in high school on to college, but like I just didn't know how to do it. So I was more a theater guy. I still am. And when I finally started doing films, I was older, like short films. Somebody had a short little horror film they did, and I'm like, let me audition, see what, if I could get into this thing. And I did, and I was like, do I really want to do this? And then when it came out, people were like, wow, that was an interesting little movie. You were good at it. And I'm like, really? So I said, you know what? Let me see if I could do this. And in New York, I was in a couple of music videos, a couple commercials, a couple student films, short films. I was an extra at one point, and then I actually moved to North Carolina, and I got an agent, and I got a backstage account, and I got more serious headshots, voiceover reels. I got more serious. I lost 50-something pounds.
Wow, fair play.
I lost tons of weight, and I kept myself in physical shape. Voice lessons, dialect coaches. If I just trying to get back to where what I wanted to be. Like, in I'm sure every actor says this. There's always that story where the parents go, "No, you're not doing that. I'm not paying for that." Mine was the same. That's fine. So now I'm at a point where, right now, I'm getting auditions with Oscar winners, like being.
Wow.
Granted, it's it's like a one-line thing, like, here's your coffee, sir, but still, there's an Oscar winner attached to that. Exactly. Not saying I got the thing, not yet, but hopefully.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
But
can you name the actor without the film? Or even something that could not actually directly tell us who it is, but we'd know from it.
Okay, this person was in a film last year and the year before. No, this person was in Aquaman.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough. We'll go searching ourselves, and we'll let you know if we got it.
Again, like, I don't know if I'm in it now. Probably I'm not in it because I just jinxed myself. But
you say nothing.
But when I was in New York, I met I was working with a friend of mine named Will Colazzo Jr., who said, "Hey, why don't you come into New York City, and we're going to be shooting a movie down at the St. Mark's Theater, which is a very small, going in the basement kind of theater, like where you see like one acts and like stand-up comedians." And it was going to be a takeoff of there's a horror movie in the theater, and I can't think of what it's called, but it's Blood-Sucking Freaks or blood.
Oh, I think that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an older film. So he wanted to do a remake of that. I didn't know what that was. So I play a drooling psychopath in this movie called Theater of Horror. And I play Orson, the chainsaw wielding, multi-personality freak. And I sat there and I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I sat there and did my notes and goes, all right, well, what is this guy about? What does he want? All actors kind of do this. And we shot in like a week. It's crazy. It was his first film. It's it's off the wall, kind of insane. But from that, with Will's help, I got other things through that, and like I can say truthfully that I'm in a movie where I use chainsaws and kill people, and not many people can say that. You
You got my ears. You got my attention.
Right. And now I'm in, this movie is amazing to me because I know this movie will be seen internationally all over the place. And even if I didn't make another movie, the experience of making this one is incredible. I mean, it was incredible for me, and if I got to say it was the pinnacle of what I've been doing so far, it is. Watching all these people, all the professional aspects of makeup to producing to directing to acting, it was so fulfilling for me. Like, I feel like I'm the guy that shouldn't be in the room, and that Buddy made it that I was in the room, and I'm always thankful for that. So, let me take 2 steps back. So I actually quickly how I got into the movie was I just answered an ad in backstage.com, and I met with him online. He's like, I want you to play this part. And he described to me the part I'm playing, which is Henry, the movie producer, the guy who produces the movie within the movie.
Right.
And he described what happens to him and how he is. I started laughing for about 20 to 30 minutes. And I said, I cannot wait to play this guy. This guy is like unbelievable. And through that, I can't believe he did cast me because he goes, oh, yeah, it's the Mutilator. I'm like, what's that? I don't know what that is. And, he's explaining about the whole thing. I'm like, I've never seen that. And I was kind of arrogant. But then I figured out, I'm like, oh, wait, it was called Fall Break. And I remember seeing that somewhere on HBO or somewhere on television. I remember a little bit about the guy underneath the stairs. I remember you with the hook. And I didn't see it, but then I saw it again that night. I'm like, well, I got to see his movie. And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. So if anything, the second one was anything like this one, I can't wait to be in it.
Yeah.
Through that, he said, hey, because he lives in North Carolina as well. And we went to this thing called Monster Party. It's a big horror convention in North Carolina. He's like, you want to come and, hang out and sign posters with me? And it's, hell yeah, I'll be there. Yeah. So I got to, I'm not a convention guy. I'm not I just don't, now I am, because I respect every horror movie fan on the planet because they are loyal and they are great. Excellent. So I'm sitting there with them watching all these people going, they all came for one purpose and they're all happy.
Yeah.
Like, this is amazing. So if I can make people happy by being in a movie like this, then my job is done.
Yeah.
So long story short, we did the panel, and everybody had a panel in this thing from the Rens the Nerds guides, who were very nice, by the way. Nev Campbell, very nice, by the way. We CJ Graham, who was sitting like here, like next to me. Jason from Part 6. The guy's huge.
Yeah.
Nicest guy on the planet. And funny guy. Terrifier, David
Howard Condon.
Yeah, he was here. I was bullshitting with him for like 15 minutes. He's a sweet guy.
Yeah.
So we got to the panel, and it was really just going to be Damien Maffei and Buddy, and the MC. And Buddy's like, no, you come with me. And he put me on the panel. And you can see this on YouTube. And it's the 3 of us. I'm like awkward as hell. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But like, but it was like, this is the turning point for me. Even if I don't make another movie, I will be remembered for this.
Yeah.
And I'm so pleased by it that it's just, I cannot wait to see what this looks like on a screen.
Yeah.
I just cannot wait. It all depends on what Buddy wants to do, because he's kind of tight-lipped of what he wants to release them in theaters, but he's still, under negotiations. I'm not the person to ask about that. That's a buddy.
Of course, yeah.
But there is enough hype. People want to see this thing, so I'm sure that it could definitely cover the costs of whatever it is. I cannot wait, guys.
Hopefully, well, we'll probably have to watch it on, on streaming, or as in legal streaming. I mean, not illegal, but because it's Ireland,
I don't have a copy of the movie, guys. I just want to grease my palm.
Like I had said it to Buddy himself as well. I says hopefully it won't be too long after it's released, in the States, that it gets released sort of into Europe, but. We all know how badly it goes for Europe when smaller, not even smaller, but like non-cinematic releases,
right?
In terms of Europe, don't tend to come out for ages. Like it could come out in the States in the cinema, which obviously we're hoping Mutilator does, and it does amazing. But if it doesn't come out in the cinema over here with that, it could be months before we get it.
Yeah, and.
Which is a disaster.
Isn't it sometimes the reverse? Like sometimes like it won't release in the United States, but like it might be a big hit over in Europe.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes that happens. Yeah.
Like the original Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren was a big hit in Europe somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Dolph's European, of course. We look after our own,
Yeah, good point.
It was fucking atrocious, though.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, no, there are a few. Shrooms was another one. I know it was made in Ireland, but it was made by a US company.
Oh God. Oh God, that movie.
The worst Irish accents ever,
huh? What was the movie with the killer sheep? Wasn't there a killer sheep?
Black
movie?
Sheep.
Oh yeah, that was the one. Okay.
That was New Zealand, wasn't it, Carl?
That was New Zealand, yeah.
Okay, way off. Not even close to Europe. I apologize.
Opposite ends.
No, I think you were right though. I think that dropped quite quickly in Europe rather than anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think it just depends on, like, I wouldn't be too big on publishing companies, but it depends on the company and whether they have a base in Europe somewhere that they can flush it out as well, or flesh it out as well, not flush it out into Europe, into the European market. But like I just says, I'm not big up on that. I don't know how that works. I leave that to the people that do it. I just can't wait for it to come out. Now, I do have a question for you about the ad.
Yes.
King, you've seen the ad, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's a certain appearance of a clown in said ad from a said movie.
Yes.
That you had mentioned earlier.
Right. I have two rabbit holes for this one. I mean, number one, I will explain very briefly that I'm pretty sure that isn't David. That is somebody else, because that scene is the after party convention, horror convention scene in the film. All the action takes place around that. Right. There's a cop, there's investigating. Everyone's at this party, and people are missing from the party. And there's I think there's a Jason, there's a Freddy, there's all sorts of horror people come out, and Art the Clown does make an appearance. Yeah, I don't think it's David, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I marked out a little bit when I seen it. I was like, what the fuck?
All right, spoiler alert, Art the Clown does not kill anybody in this movie, so he's not the killer.
That's it, I'm out.
Yeah.
Terrifier 3.
Yeah. When worlds collide.
Worlds collide. He's such a good guy that I actually know. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the first movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
His first kill of the I would say now famous kill of him sawing the woman in half.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen it. Yeah. I worked with that woman on a music video.
Oh, cool.
So I walked up to him and I go, "Yeah, I know Katie Cochran." And he's like, "Oh," he tilted his head, and he's like, and then we just started again, like talking, and like again, like just talking about horror movies in general, and that people like they would send me stuff on Facebook, like old people from high school, like, "Hey, no, you didn't talk to me back then. Why would I want to talk to you now?"
Yeah.
So we kind of bonded a little bit over that, and the guy is just so cool that I'm like, he is going to be a huge star, and I said that to him too. And now it's like Terrifier 2 just blew up.
Yeah.
And then obviously he has the main one out now as well.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like the Grinch or whatever, or
Yeah.
Can't say the G word.
oh,
It's a,
I mean
a horror parody is what they call it. Yeah, of that famous
shout out to previous guests as well on there in the main one group that we had.
Oh, has David been on your show?
No, David hasn't, but we had Crystal Martin, who is the lead actress in it. And we've had Stephen Lamort, who is the director, and we've had Tatiana Bluchel, who was the creature designer.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I gotta see that.
they were.
So when
they
we
were
get
the back three in December.
When we get behind a film, we get behind a film.
I see that. I like that. I like that a lot.
You know, but Carl, give us an idea what kind of. Again, as I say, it's primarily a horror show that we talk about. Give us an idea of some of your favorite horror films over the years.
Oh God. One thing I'm in. This is my favorite.
Of course, the best.
I like listen, I mean, you're gonna say the cliche of like a Halloween or or Friday the 13th or The Exorcist, but like you wanna the fun ones for me, like I could watch like a million times over. And I'm not saying anything about those other movies. I mean, those other movies are staples, But I could watch like I love like New Year's Evil because I laugh my ass off with that. That's like one of the funniest movies ever.
It gets it.
Very good.
That's why you like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Movie makes no sense, zero sense, but you just laugh.
Doesn't have to.
You have to.
Leave your brain at the door and enjoy it.
Shopping Mall. I love Shopping Mall. Or the Killbots.
Yeah.
The Killbots. Jesus, I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, that's supposedly they're trying to make a remake. What's his name? James Wan's gonna make a remake. That was in or something.
I mean, I could trust if it is James Wan. I can trust James Wan. He's done a good job with everything he's done. Almost.
You know me and the word remake. It's like the N word for me. It is.
Jesus. Hello, YouTube ban.
I didn't say it.
Well, technically, this is sort of the Mutilator 2 is kind of a remake-ish.
No, it's not really.
No, it's got a Mutilator and it's got the number 2, not a remake.
Evil Dead 2 was.
Evil Dead 2 was the best remake.
The makeup guy in Evil Dead 2 worked on the original Mutilator, Mark Schlosson.
Hardly.
I can't say the guy's name.
It's just tough to do that.
So I like My Bloody Valentine, Night of the Creeps. What else do I have on? The Evil from 1978.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have a poster on the wall. God, there's just I love weird like movies that nobody they're not a Halloween. They're not a Jaws. They're not. One of my favorite movies is Jaws and Alien, Halloween. I love all that stuff. Love it. But like The House Where Evil Dwells with Eddie Albert and Susan George and Doug McClure, where they're in like Japan and there's a haunted house. It's a bad movie too, but they have a great like fight scene with the katana blade that I love, and it's another one that we just start giggling with because you're like, what? That humanoids from the deep.
I love that film.
Like crazy shit, like the Roger Corman silly stuff,
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which I'm shocked that there's not like 8 of them, but
we're about to get a video game soon.
Really?
Yeah, there's a video game coming out.
I don't want a video game. I want to see another movie.
Yeah, might be the same.
Well, I imagine with the game coming out, there might be something coming off the back of it.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Some movies don't need a sequel. Just some movies like you said everything. They really.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, on its own, nothing else. Thank you very much.
That I don't consider a horror movie. That one's like a very well filmed. I'm not gonna say art house film, but it's more like a thriller. Yes, there's incredible horror in it, but it's not a. I mean, I don't know.
The old tree one's better.
Shut up. See what I have to put up it on this show, Carl. See?
I see that. Yes.
Don't you, Carl? Do you really want me to get started again?
2 Carls against 1 Greg. So.
How many times have we been put in your place about the next argument that comes up?
Don't.
What's the next argument?
Go on, ask Carl. Go on.
All right. What is it?
Have you seen American Werewolf in London?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen Dog Soldiers?
Yes, I have. That's with Sean Putri?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that filmed in Ireland?
No.
No, it's filmed in Scotland.
Scotland.
Not even close.
I mean, it's very similar landscape.
I'm gonna guess one movie filmed in Ireland. Was The Wicker Man filmed in Ireland?
No.
No, Wicker Man was filmed in the States.
And funny enough,
the one with Christopher Lee.
Yeah, no, that wasn't.
I think it was filmed in the States.
Okay, now I'm gonna pull up IMDb with that one.
So anyway, what he wanted to know was, which is the better werewolf film of those two, in your opinion?
Better werewolf movie?
Yeah.
Out of all of them?
No, of the two that we.
Why not The Howling? You didn't throw that in.
Because it's not one of the best ones. And for
I like them. It's the fact that there's 4 of us that usually appear on all these shows, and 2 say Dog Soldiers is better, and 2 say American Werewolf is better.
Okay. Dog Soldiers is kind of an Aliens clone, a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in years, but I like Dog Soldiers a lot.
As do I.
Right. I will have to say American Werewolf in London's kind of original.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah. And I said American Werewolf in Paris, then we'd be
no, that's different.
Nobody even talks about that.
No. By the way, the original Wicker Man was filmed in Scotland.
Wasn't it?
I just looked it up there. Yeah.
It's based in the States, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But it was filmed in Scotland for that real kind of folky feel, you know.
I love that movie, and that movie's kind of not a horror movie, but
it's a great film. Oh, I love
it. We don't talk about the remake of that though.
Oh, the bees! Oh no, the bees!
Yeah. Oh God! Oh my God! I forgot.
Nicolas Cage one.
I like making movies with bees.
And now he's going to be Dracula in
I'm
Renfield.
Gonna be Dracula, man.
Let's see.
That's gonna be good though.
Yeah, the trailer looks good.
Right off. As soon as I saw Renfield doing karate, I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah,
special. There's no karate in the Mutilator, trust me. But I'm like, I can't. Everyone.
You have to give it to him though, lads. He's he came off doing some amount of bad movies, and then he popped out with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and it was fucking phenomenal.
All right. No, I like the guy. I like the one where he was in the restaurant with the robot. The Chuck E. We call them Chuck E. Cheese robots. The Wonderland. Do you see
Willy's
that?
Wonderland. Willy's Wonderland. Yeah.
And he didn't say a word to the whole thing. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah, when he says nothing, that's brilliant. Yeah.
You want to giggle? You turn on Con Air. You laugh. Minute 1 to the end. You know?
God, yeah.
Con Air is brilliant though, and he has some of them serious roles as well. Like he's a man that's not afraid to take roles.
Yeah. Hey, hummingbird.
Carl, if you got a chance to be recast in an old film today, what would it be?
Cameron Poe from Con Air.
Perfect. You've got the job.
Put down the bunny.
Put the bunny back in the box. I don't think you have the golden locks for it though.
I'm not like 6'5" either. I'm only 5'4", so we can't do it. I should mention a couple things that I am coming out with. Silent Night, Bloody Night 3, which is not the Santa Claus thing. That's not the Santa Claus. That's Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Yeah.
Silent Night, Bloody Night 1 came out before that. It is a thriller with Mary Warnoff from Eating Raoul and the Killbots. She's in the Killbots.
Hey.
And John Carradine's in the movie. In the original movie. It's 1972. You can find that on Tubi. You can find that on. So this is the third movie where we filmed this up in New York. We have Lloyd Kaufman as a guest star.
Nice.
From who's in Sweet Guy, nicest guy on the planet. You sit there talking bullshit with him is great. Tina Kraus, who's a horror kind of icon. You've seen her like a cult kind of film. She's another sweetheart. And myself. So
the main event. You were the main event, Carl.
Yes, it was.
The guy, the main event, the big guy.
So that is coming out shortly. We remade. It's again William Colasso. He's also he remade his own movie called The Bloody Nun, which I was in Bloody Nun 1. I had a cameo in 2, and I'm in the reboot, requel, whatever, as I play like a TV producer. And here's the thing about Mutilator in this. I was like, I'm playing a movie producer and Mutilator, a TV producer in In this film, I said I gotta switch it up. So it was kind of challenging. Like I really had to not bleed over.
Did you play a bloody nun by chance? No.
I just no. I'm the bloody nun's worst nightmare.
All right. A tampon. Oh, sorry.
That is true. Yes.
Jackpot.
It should be out somewhere. I think on one of the streaming services. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Very soon. But right now, I'm just waiting to see what happens movie-wise and TV-wise, and see what happens. I think with this film will be big for everybody involved in it, and I can't wait to see it. So, and I don't think any of you guys will be disappointed. You'll be like, "What was that?"
Yeah.
And want to see it again.
Well, I mean, like Greg. You know, Greg, as I said, he's a huge fan of the Force. I have to say I haven't seen the first one, but I will before I watch the second one, of course.
That's sacrilege.
I know, I know.
The first one.
I've never seen it. I've just never seen it.
Calm down,
had
Greg.
half the cast on.
Calm down, Greg.
I know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Greg. You can kick me off the show later, okay?
I was going to let you close out the show tonight, but now you're not.
All right, then fair enough. Well, look.
What was that? Oh yeah, Dog Soldiers. Yeah, that's a better movie now.
Hey.
You know,
I hate this.
This guy gets what the fuck is up.
Well, look. I mean, Carl, it's been great chatting to you, and I know you're always welcome. There's always an open invitation for you.
I love these kind of podcasts. I love listening to podcasts about movies. Quentin Tarantino now has one, the video
Wow.
archive, and listening to him talk about like what is it, humanoid? Yeah, humanoids from the Deep he was talking about, and oh god, like some other Happy Birthday to Me.
Oh yeah,
These horror movies, and I'm like, it's Quentin Tarantino. He's been nominated for Oscars, but like the guy is, he knows a movie when he sees one. Like, you know, he knows like the 70s cinema. He's like
you mad about
doctorate in that.
He knows everything, but
yeah, I love the fact that like there's a place where you can talk about these kind of movies, and it's you're not snarky about them. I don't like these podcasts that are just like all snark about some of these.
Yeah.
There's a few that actually did do the Mutilator, but they were vicious to some of the actors.
Right.
And I know them, and it's kind of like, well, I wouldn't share that interview because I don't want to do that to this person.
Exactly.
Granted, like me, you can say whatever you want about me, but it's not even that. It's like, well, you could be critical, but you don't have to attack the actor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we've reviewed a couple of films and we've absolutely hated them, but we wouldn't. I mean, it's the actual film itself. It's not necessarily the character or the actors. You know, I think that's gone a bit personal. I think, you know.
You could say that somebody gives a bad performance, but like, don't be like, well, he's a drug addict and an alcoholic and a fat bastard.
He's a pimp in his spare time.
And meanwhile, this guy's probably playing with toys.
He was nice the time I met him, though. No, I think the only movie we've been overly critical of was the new Texas Chainsaw.
Oh god.
I'll tell you what. I'll send you a link to the episode we did because it's far more entertaining than the film.
Oh.
That's the only film where we've really had a pop. Like none of the actors in that movie. You hated everybody from Leatherface to the main character. There was no likable character other than maybe the mechanic.
Did you guys not like it?
No.
No. Not my hashtag. Not my Leatherface.
I'll bash it right now. I can't believe some of the shit they put in that movie. You know, I mean,
like why bring Sally? Marlon Burns' characters back, even though it's not actually her.
Right.
And then do what the fuck they done to it.
Right.
To her.
Yeah. Well, do you know what annoys me, lads? Do you know what annoys me about? Now, I love Leatherface. He's one of my favorite horror icons, if not my favorite. Okay, now from the first film only. Okay, but to me, he should have been up there with Jason and Freddy and Michael. But because of the shit films that came after the first one, it's just brought him right back down to fucking nothing. Like, you know, in my opinion.
I don't overly agree with that. I think when you look at taking Jason. Obviously, it'd be Friday the 13th 2. You take Michael from Halloween 1. You take Leatherface from
the Force Chainsaw.
Yeah, because as it says, the 03 one's better, but the Leatherface wasn't. It was too big.
Mm-hmm.
You take, say, Pinhead from the original Hellraiser and stuff.
Yeah.
The first movies in all of them make them icons. Whatever comes after it, like Nightmare on Elm Street, was diluted down to nothing.
Yeah.
Bar maybe 1, 3, and A New Nightmare.
Oh, I have a question for you guys. Okay, this is a horror question. What do you guys think of Nightmare on Elm Street 3?
It's my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it, but it's not as good as the original one.
Thank you. Because I've heard the opposite, where people say that the first one, that the first one isn't as good as the third one.
I wouldn't say that now, but just in terms of the look and content, number 3 is my favorite, but number 1 is iconic. You know.
I have so many problems with the third movie. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Greg.
3 for me, kind of character builds better. The use of Freddy was far more creative because they had a bigger budget.
Mm-hmm.
But they watered him down to make him more comedic.
Thank you. That's when
I understand what they were doing, because obviously they'd gotten into the likes of Hot Topic after coming off the back of Freddy's Revenge, which was fucking atrocious.
I know that I know he wasn't actually Freddy in The New Nightmare, but the portrayal of the demon playing him as Freddy was fucking cool. It was nasty. And that's the one that's the Freddy I really like.
Yeah. For me, it goes the franchise would go 1, 3, and then A New Nightmare,
and that's it.
And then 4.
4, yeah. Everyone hates 5. I'm not disagreeing with that one. 2, I still find 2 scary. There's some things in 2 that are kind of scary. It leads weird, but like the third one is just like the third one is when he becomes the jokester, and then like it gets less scary.
For
me. Yeah, they did, as I said, they diluted him down too much to make him more appealing. Like, there's no way somebody that was portrayed as what should be a pedophile should be on cereal boxes, on ads on the telly, on t-shirts and Hot
MTV,
do you know what I mean? Things like that. But these things happen, and like, let's be fair. Everyone goes on about it, but Nightmare on Elm Street was the franchise that saved New Line Cinema.
Yes, it started it too.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they were gone. If one tanked, that was it. It was game over.
Yep, that's true. You wouldn't have Lord of the Rings, or you wouldn't have any of those movies.
True.
Well, I think they would have come anyway, because someone would have picked them up. But
right.
Yeah, thanks to New Line.
New Line is a powerhouse now.
Yes, they are. Because of Freddy. Yeah, you're right.
I have to say,
a lot of hate that goes in, but it is what it is.
Greg, when you mentioned having like pedophiles on cereal boxes and stuff, one thing just came into my mind, and I'm sorry, but like Harvey Weinstein ho-hos or something like that, you know? Harvey Weinstein cereal, or
oh, we're in trouble.
I'm just saying.
Depends on what kind of flavor.
Well, yeah, probably.
It's a good one. I mean,
now, I see. Now you're just baiting me into saying something even worse. Stop it.
No, because
I'll get cancelled.
I'm not getting into politics, but like I'm not a big fan of our former president. But like where I live, I drove past a place where they sell Donald Trump ice cream.
Oh my God.
I'm not giving him any money. I'm not going to support him. And I go, but what if the ice cream's good?
And did you try it?
Greatest ice cream on the planet.
Did you try it?
The irony of it all.
You know? Raspberry flavor or something. I don't know. Something weird.
I guess.
But like, I'll make one point before we go. So we made the point there about Freddy, right? And obviously we brought up Art the Clown earlier. Some of this stuff is very strikingly similar from Freddy to Art, right? And now he's on cereal boxes. He is now the new face of horror for a while, right? Which is great. So I'm trying to put together, like, is he going to be the one that starts a new horror
renaissance?
I definitely agree with you. What makes Terrifier scary? The guy doesn't talk. The guy just, you don't know anything.
I think it's fucking brilliant that he doesn't talk.
Freddy Krueger, for the most of that movie, the first movie, he didn't talk. I mean, or like he said like one or two things. Who is the guy? And that, you know. But then like later on he's like on a broom, you know, I'll get you, my pretties, you know that thing.
He's in a video game. He's in a video game. He has the fucking, like, when it got to a point, John, remember when he pulls open his jumper and he has all the faces that are like meatballs.
Yeah.
Things you're like, what? Like what? He becomes a snake in one of them. Like he does the Beetlejuice and becomes a snake. Yeah.
Yeah. It's no, you know, it's like you gotta. I mean, I guess it's. You know, I always say this franchise thing. You want to make more money, so how we gotta up the ante and our budget's bigger. What do we do?
Like so, I have a Freddy Krueger tattoo.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like it's my like Nightmare on Elm Street 1 is my favorite horror movie.
Yeah, it's probably one of mine too. Like I hate picking things. Well, what about, like I said, what about The Exorcist? Well, that's a great movie. What about Texas Chainsaw? That's great. What about Phantasm? Everybody forgets Phantasm. Phantasm
is class.
Except that one part, spoilers, when there's a bug, there's like a fly, there's obviously a puppet, and the guy there all running around the house with a puppet. It's like, fly's like here. That's laugh out loud. Like, if I was the producer, I'd be like, get rid of the fly, because then it's not scary at all. Yeah.
Movie history.
Go on eBay, find the fly.
Then you take the likes of Poltergeist, where they had the real skeletons and stuff. Things like that make horror movies from the past.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you get away with it now.
No, I didn't give a shit. Like, that's fine.
They're real skeletons, huh?
Some dead homeless guys, you know. Bleach the bones, take them
Just get in the pool, shut up, and get paid. All right.
Stay there for 6 months.
Right. We're going way off in here, lads. So
yes,
I'm gonna put you one question then before we go, right?
Yes.
If you could play any slasher from any franchise, who would it be?
All right, I'm gonna make it 2-part. Is it like existing one, or is it like a new one? Like,
no, so say you're going into the original one.
Okay. Oh God, who would I?
So like obviously, if you're picking Jason, you're gonna go Friday the 13th too, because obviously Betsy Palmer was the killer in the first one. Unless you wanted to be the little kid at the end of Jason.
Yeah, I would be the little kid of Jason. Who would I do? Like, slasher. Because I'd be like, well, is like Hannibal Lecter like a slasher?
Could you if you want? Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
I don't.
You get an Oscar for that one.
Yeah, I would definitely. I don't know. That's a hard one because there's so many that I do like, but like again, at the end of the day, it's a guy with a mask, you know, and like, you know, Scream at the end, it's a stunt guy the whole time, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, a little girl who's beating up guys who are 6 feet tall. But you know, what is this?
I was Scream 4, Emma Roberts.
Yeah, that's right. Emma Roberts was in like what, Scream 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm possibly in talks of doing something like an Art the Clown, but it's called The Usher.
Okay.
And it's about a kind of a movie theater where somebody lures patrons in and kills them. And
that sounds interesting.
Will be playing the part of the Usher.
Okay.
It's a guy named Phil Herman, who I'm actually in this movie called Doomsday Stories. The guy's been making movies for 20-something years. And he approached me with the spec script, and we may be doing it maybe at the end of this year.
Lovely.
Phil, sign him up now.
I will be the Usher. So it's, you know, here's the thing. I kind of did play a slasher in the film theater of horror. I played this, like I said, this guy Orson who had, so I kind of know what that's like, but I didn't go, you know, to the limits of what the script was like. You know, I mean, I wasn't like a Freddy. The movie wasn't about me. It was about, you know, it was like the thing. I would love to do a Freddy, but I think that's been tainted, and I'm not by I don't want to knock the guy, but Jackie Earle Haley did it, and he got so much shit for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? Jackie Earle Haley wasn't that bad.
No, he was good.
The makeup was atrocious. That's not his fault. Mm-hmm. The movie and the script was fucking woeful.
Agreed.
So, well, actually, that's not. That's not true. So, for the first 55 minutes of that movie, it wasn't bad, and they were going their own direction. And then it's like they went, "Oh no, we can't do that," and then just muddle fuck the rest of it.
I like the term muddle fucked.
Muddle fuck. Yeah. You can have that one for free.
But yeah, for like the first while of it, it wasn't bad, but it goes down as atrocious because the last 50 minutes or 45 minutes of it's just horrendous.
God, yeah, it's just like, well, why did you make a remake if you're gonna do the same thing? That's the other thing that I was a problem with.
That was Michael
Yeah.
Bay all over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Don't talk.
And you're making them upset.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
Guys,
think.
thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
It's been great having a chat with you, man. It really has.
And then maybe we'll get you back another time and we'll actually just chat horror rather than.
Yeah, I love sitting talking to guys about horror movies because it's like you're never gonna have a fist fight with someone. Well, maybe, but you're not gonna.
Well,
you never know with us two.
We've been closed.
Who's your favorite Jason?
Kane Hodder, of course.
Kane.
Yeah,
I like the fourth one. He's pretty good.
Ari Hansen or Ari.
The new one, Ari, whatever.
Yeah, he's good as well.
Do you know who I thought would have actually made a very good Jason? Would have been Andrew Berkowski, who played the '03 Leatherface. He was too big. He was too big. He was too big to be Leatherface. Let's be fair.
This is Graham because he was sitting next to me and he'll beat me up if I don't say it.
This is that's the same principle as the Freddy Krueger, like Tobe Hooper and Gunnar Hansen done such an amazing job with the original. Right. It was going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah. I have one last CJ Graham story. Actually, I just because now I just thought about it. We walk by and CJ Graham's at Kane Hodder's booth. Like, CJ, what are you doing? He's like, shh. He's autographing the Kane Hodder 8x10s with his name and said the better Jason. He wrote the better Jason on it. Slipped it into the other ones.
Brilliant.
I'm like, you're in trouble. He's like, I don't care.
What's he gonna do? Hit me?
Yeah, he's gonna do hurt me.
I'd say if he hit you, he'd kill you.
Oh no, of course.
Absolutely.
Last story, and then I know you guys gotta go, but I gotta say this one. So you guys will love this. So this is Mutilator 2. There's a scene where I have something coming off my body. It's a prop. It's integrated to the scene.
Right.
And we didn't want to do CGI, so we were doing something practical with a piece of thread.
Yes.
Lovely.
So Bill was in charge of that, and Ruth was his assistant. So they're getting me ready. Last looks. So I got Bill fussing with the thread. I got Ruth helping me with my like hair and makeup kind of thing. She's like making sure my everything is good. And Buddy's in between them, watching everything and adjusting. And I go, this is so surreal. I got the director of the Mutilator and the stars of the first one worried about me in this scene. I'm like, this is insane. This is crazy. I can't. So that's why I'm like, it would be like, I guess, I don't know, like a Wes Craven, Robert Englund, and Langkamp doing it too. But like, this is amazing. Like, I will never get an experience like that ever again.
You are the captain now.
I am. Well, you will see. You will see what's going on.
So but, we await with bated breath for a release date for the Mutilator 2. And
yes, we do. We
can't wait to see it. And
as soon as that information comes out, you know where to send it if I haven't got it already.
Oh, I will be on the phone with you immediately. I'll tell you immediately where it is, how to get it.
Legally,
I'll be right with you. Going, wait, you call. Actually, if you know before I do, you call me. I'm like, hey,
Carl, I do believe that this movie is due out this day. Oh, really?
Really?
I've seen this. Have you not seen it? No.
You may have been in it, but I've seen it first.
That'd be the worst.
It's been great to have you on tonight, and we appreciate you reaching out as well, and taking the time out of your day.
Absolutely.
I am so honored that I'm your guest for 2020, the first guest of 2023.
Hey, look, I mean, you're setting the standard now, you know?
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. So much fun.
The standard is king.
Mutilator 2. That's 2, right?
Yeah, baby.
All right. Hopefully, I'm Mutilator 3.
Right, Greggy, take us home. Take us home.
Well, it is 2023, ladies and gentlemen. We finished the show the same way we did last week. It's the same way we do every other week. In the words of the great George A. Romero, ladies and gentlemen, stay scared.
Woo!
That is scary.